Hey guys, how's it going today? We're changing some brakes on the back of my F-150 to 2021. It's only got 24,900 miles, but for some reason, the rear brakes are hanging up. I bought this truck brand new in January of 21 and haven't put very many miles on it, but something hung up in there and is grinding on the back brakes, so we're going to replace them today. What I'm going to replace them with are these power stop drilled and slotted rotors. Ever since I had another truck, I put these on. I love them. You don't get any brake fade, no pulsation in the pedals. So we're doing that. I ordered the heavy duty model. They are carbon fiber ceramic, so we'll see how they make out today after we get them on there and drive them. I do know you gotta like kind of stop go to kind of get them broken a little bit, so we'll work on that. Just taking the tire off. Looks like I'm going to need to get a little sledgehammer and tap this tire off, so hold on 1 second. That's all it usually takes is one little tap. And I got some metal on the rim, so we want to make sure we get that taken off. Go clean that up outside. Yeah, she's grooved pretty good. Looks like the back pad's totally gone, whether the caliper hung up or not. I'll have to look into that, see what's going on when we take it apart. But when you go to order these, I got them on rockauto.com. They're going to ask you what size rotor your F-150 has. It's the smaller size. The bigger size rotor has the emergency brake inside the center, like the older trucks do. This has got an electronic or electric parking brake on it on the rear, so you want the smaller rotor for that to match this truck. Just make sure you spec out when you're looking at your truck which rotor you have. If your emergency brake's inside, you want the bigger one. If it's outside, you want the smaller one. All right, let's get some tools and get this taken apart. So one way to easily tell if you have the emergency brake that's on the outside or on the inside of your rotor is, see this big black thing on the back side? This is your electric emergency brake that applies the brake for it. It's right there, and this rotor on the outside would be sticking out a lot further if it had brake pads in there. The drums, it'd be like a drum brake, but you can definitely see on the back side of this, if I can get the camera in there to get the right angle, how this, you can see that right there is stuck right out, and that's what's causing this rotor to grind. Push straight through there and just hung right up on the back brake. So we'll have to take that off and figure out what's going on there. So bear with me. All right, so what you want to do is, this is 13 millimeter, and there's like this little lip right here. So I just took this on here like this, and then just broke it free. And just unscrew it so it doesn't keep spinning. And it doesn't take much pressure. I mean, this is only a 21. This truck should not have that much rust on it already. So that's that part. And do the same over here on the bottom one. Okay, now we should, oh, that's pushed out all the way. So that one's not bad. This back one's shot. Let me get the screwdriver. Phew, that baby's gone. She's been hanging up for a little bit. I did not notice it. It's pretty bad. Should have noticed that. Okay. Huh. Look at that. You don't take off the bracket. That's cool. That is real cool. Destroyed that baby. Now when you get these, they will have right rear passenger side or driver side. So this is not the right side for this one. Right rear driver side. Perfect fit. Look at that. All right. Now, what we got to do is push this thing back in there. And I got to look up to see if that spins in. It looks a bit, it probably spins in and out because of the electric brake. So let me look into that. Okay, so apparently we have to put these in maintenance mode for these electric brakes in the rear. And what I'm told is, and I'm going to try to probably set the camera down, but to see this parking brake button down here, you're supposed to push it in at the same time you're holding your foot down on the gas all the way. Turn the key on, turn it off, turn it back on within 5 seconds, and it's supposed to put it in maintenance mode. So let's see if I can set the camera on the steering wheel here for you. Hold on, let me get the wheel. Okay. There we go. Yes, I know I have the key in. Okay, so I'm going to push this in, hold the gas pedal down, turn the key on, turn the key off, turn the key on. Okay, so I heard the motor go in the back. Brake maintenance mode is what we're in. So let's go back here, and it should have pulled that in to the brake maintenance mode. Alright, now let me go shut that door and we'll finish this up. Okay, I just like to kind of clean up the rust. Pull this light over here so you guys can get a better view of this. hold it with one hand and do that, but all right. Okay, got that all cleaned up. Now I just like taking there. Okay. All right, so let's get the brakes pads over here. Get started on this next set. Wrong way. Make sure that this part stays out, the outside. I was putting them on backwards there for a second. And once I get one side started, a little bit of a in there is good. And then I take a little bit of this. They said to just put on this grease those slides. Or this one's always a pain. There, let's set on there. So now we're going to put the pads on. Get a little bit of that grease on this one. Put it right there on both sides of that. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter which way the pads go. So that's kind of nice. I just pull that back a little bit. Okay, now, before I do that, I gotta put the new rotor on. Now remember, these drilled and slotted rotors will actually tell you which side they go, rear passenger. Because they're directional, and I'll make sure we're running them in the right direction. All right. So I got that on there, good. Now we're going to put this one on there. Okay. Now they've got two of these little clips in here. Got to replace those. They kind of hold these together. And I don't know if you can see that or not. There's like a little pinhole right there. A little hole right there that goes together like that. And the same on the bottom. There. And there. Hold that together. Now, for this, we've got to push that back. Push that back in. So, careful that thing. We're going to just let that set right there. And what I use is, there's a little tool you can buy, which I have to do with this. I might do with this now. These brakes seem to be different, but I use this little C-clamp. I've had this since I was 16 doing brakes. Make sure you guys can get a shot of this. And what I did was I cut it down here on the bottom lip, and right here on this, on that ear, and then just right here. And it shouldn't take much to push that back down in there. There, close. Oh, see it slide in there? I just go easy with it, no sense in rushing it. You want to push that far back so go. And you can't do this, again, I'll remind you, do not try to do this unless you put your emergency brake in maintenance mode. You'll destroy this caliper if you try to even get this to budge. Okay, that's in there good. Now, oh, let's do these first. Bugger, it's holding on tight. There we go. And yes, I'm going to go get some grease. Okay, let me go grab some grease and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to put a tab of grease on these so it lubes them up pretty good. Working back and forth. There. Okay, now we can put that back on. And we're pretty much done. Besides putting the wheel back on. There. The two nuts or bolts that go in there. And drop one, because you're not a mechanic unless you drop a bolt every once in a while. So there we go. Pretty simple. Oh, $9 wrench. All right. So there we go. All put back on. Ready to get the tire back on. Almost. Just give that a good spray. Make sure you got dirt and grease off it from fingerprints. And should be good to go. Now, when you guys are tightening up your tires and you're putting your tire back on your truck or any vehicle, you always want to do a star pattern. You don't just go around the loop. You want to make sure it's on there good. Keep it up in the air, make sure it's flat. And I always like to start in the top. It's just my preference. That way I know the top's good on there tight. Then I drop to the bottom. And then just work my way around in a star pattern, bouncing back and forth. And then, now I don't torque them on too tight because I gotta get the torque wrench out and set them. This wrench. Okay, so we should be good to go on that. Let me get the torque wrench out. We'll torque them, and when we'll take it out of take the emergency brakes out of maintenance mode. Okay, so it's in brake maintenance mode. The way we're going to do is turn the ignition to on, the on position, which is on. Then we're going to press and hold the accelerator pedal, the gas pedal. Move the position to forward. Press the brake and hold firmly for at least 1 second. While continuing to hold the accelerator pedal and this thing, release the brake pedal. Then we're going to turn the ignition off and then back on within 5 seconds. So, let me put it here. See if this works. On, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back on. Release the accelerator pedal and the FBS switch. All right, that did it. No, I didn't do it. I got a good pedal. Let's see if I can set the emergency brake. Brake is on, so that's working. Brake is off. Press the brake switch. Brake is off. Okay. Let's take it for a ride. All right, now we got to just get the brakes warmed up and apply it. So we're going to do a couple gradual 4 or 5 stops hard. Braking. I love that coyote. Sounds good. Now I think what we'll do is put some front, drill the slotted rotors on it, and we'll be good to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching this week on this, changing the 21 F150 rear brakes. I hope they helped somebody out. You can do it yourself. They're really easy, probably the easiest brake job I ever did. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching Jimmy Rig.